public schools, they're in community centers, they're in the media, they have organizations, they have people working all over the every aspect of people's lives to make sure that only one story is ever told.
Well, how can a free democracy allow that to happen? Which, in fact, siding with the AIPAC and the Israelis' political wing and the Zionist movement, now proving, as that the last research by John, the lobby, under this is academic work that is actually against American interest, and also in some cases against Israel's interest, and they still get away with it. So it's not, they're not even working for the Israelis, so it seems, interest in the long run, and it's still very powerful. But that's a different show probably. But tell us a little bit about. I know it sounds good, the Gaza Freedom March. What does that mean? What do you guys do? You start tell us, Wahib, what?
Well, the first meeting will be in Cairo, December 27th.
Tell me about group. How you select a group? Who's going? Can anybody get in? Or who's sponsoring this?
This march is sponsored by the International Coalition to End the Illegal Siege of Gaza.
Mm-hmm. That's what Sylvia was talking about.
And it is an international group. Right now, there are about 300 people from the U.S. signed to go, and about 300 from Europe. And there are many more people from a total of about 35 countries around the world that will be participating in this, including on the Israeli side. We are told that they are shooting for about 15,000 to 20,000.
So there is a group from Israel that's going to meet you in Gaza?
The Israelis will be marching toward the Eretz crossing, just like we are, but from the other side. But we will not link, because security reasons. And on the Palestinian side, we are told that there will be about 50,000 Palestinians from Gaza that will be participating in this march. So,
well, how many out of Gaza from the Gaza side? You have 300 from the United States?
50,000
from Gaza. How many from out of Gaza?
From out of Gaza, at this point, it appears there will be easily 700 and more. We don't
and 300 from the United States?
Including the 300 from the United States.
And who does the logistics? How you get a visa? Would the Egyptian accepted you? You get a, Egyptians are very sensitive about this too.
Code Pink has previously organized 6 trips to Gaza like this, but none of this dimension.
I see.
And they have a good working relationship with the Egyptian government. They communicate constantly with them, provide them with the information that they need about passport and the individuals involved.
I see. So you just show up there and all the paperwork is going to be...
Well, we will need a visa to enter Egypt, and that's something that we can get at the airport.
And the kind of visa you get is just a tourist visa? Or you have a special visa?
It is a tourist visa.
So that's a nice tourism. People go to pyramids and you go to Gaza. That's you guys. That's brilliant. So it's amazing to me. I mean, you have an awakening there. Waited until '82 or whatever the invasion is. Yeah. And could it just one incident change a lot of things for you?
Oh, sure.
Just one incident.
Well, that was when I began questioning the stories that I'd been told. And it took a long time of reading. And the other thing that happened in Israel is in the 80s and 90s is that archives were opened up. And historians began writing using original sources about what had happened, how Israel became a state. And many very good historians, Benny Morris is a Zionist historian, but he wrote an excellent history on the birth of the nation, birth of the refugee problem. Many other historians started writing, and these books became available.
So what did they write that was new to you that wasn't available before?
The myth that has been told to me and to just about everybody else was that this was a land without a people and a people for a people without a land. And that Jews came to escape persecution from other countries and had to face anti-Semitism from their Arab neighbors. So, but you know what happened was a colonization project, and including ethnic cleansing and dislocation of 750,000 Palestinians in 1948, and it continues to this day.
Until last week.
I just want to bring up a little bit the Goldstone report. Now, Goldstone...
That's the United Nations...
it is commissioned by the United Nations Human Rights Committee. So the Judge Goldstone from South Africa accepted to investigate the situation in Gaza and submitted his report, which basically documented what amounts to war crimes by Israel and also by Hamas for...
Would you accept that conclusion? I mean, the sense of proportion between what the Israelis done during that invasion or extortion and what the Hamas did, you know, shooting a few rockets here, and he equating the two events together.
I don't think he's equating the two. It's very clear that the bulk of his report, a huge portion of his report, relates to the Israeli war crimes, including, you know, using phosphorus bombs and using Palestinians as a human shield and deliberately bombing civilian buildings and populations, such as 6 hospitals were seriously destroyed, among other things, the school.
It's interesting how you see how the Arab media covering the report and how the American media covering this report. I mean, we all hear about what happened in Darfur. We all hear about Taliban. We all hear about Al-Qaeda and Vicious and Major Nidal and Sheikh Mohammed and Sniper Mohammed. Any single Muslims misbehaving, it's on the news 24/7.
We go back to the power of the AIPAC lobby.
I don't buy that.
Well, I mean,
that's
just
all about the AIPAC.
Resolution 867 in Congress, basically blaming the victim, blaming the people of Gaza on the situation where on November 4th or 5th, Israel bombed Gaza in violation of the ceasefire that existed between them. And so obviously it was an ulterior motive, and it was not a defensive move. It was absolutely, in particular, the election in Israel that was part of the reason for this. But again, now with this resolution, it's 867, and the Obama administration being you know, put in a position where they have to veto any kind of a resolution, United Nations Security Council resolution on the subject. They do not want the issue, the Goldstone report, to be brought up at that level. And so, you know.
Yeah, for that incident, but what I'm saying, the way they cover, let's say, the shooting in Texas by Major Nidal. I mean, this guy was condemned even before he even had a chance.
It is the extreme bias of the media on the subject. It's
Yeah.
an extreme bias of the media.
And it's interesting that I wrote a piece about, people media keep calling me, what do you think his motive is? What do you think he had? And it's like Muslims have this insight about other misbehaving Muslims that's not available in the rest of the world. So I wrote a piece, it's a fictional piece, at what I thought his motive was. The fact his name was Nidal, which is in Arabic means political struggle or jihad. And he lived with this now, this is his name, all his life, seeing